Going to be our fifth and final replay of the day. After this, you guys get to vote for which goes to YouTube. This is Mad Dog in the Akizuki. Now, I didn't realize who Mad Dog was until obviously I saw the screen name loading up. Mad Dog 2427 is a, I would say a bit of a destroyer prodigy, destroyer super unicum, however you want to put it. I've cast him so many times in King of the Sea and other tournaments. And just recently, Mad Dog, I think it was, I think it was just recently you were also doing, was it Warships Classic? So, he shared this replay in the Akizuki. Now, this is going to be a ranked battle. And I'm guessing you're regrinding the gunboat line, because that's what I do. I just regrind it all the dang time. Warship Masters. Okay, you didn't participate. Okay, so you didn't participate in the Classic tournament. It was WMI. I know it was in one of the three tournaments I covered over the 5 weekends beforehand. Yeah, you didn't do it in Classic. Got it. Okay. So anyways, this is a very good boat in general, but to be quite honest, it's a great boat for you're going to play a lot of it if you are trying to, get a whole bunch of Research Bureau points. Because you're going to reset the Research Bureau a lot. You're going to reset the Harugumo line. It's the cheapest line to reset. You get the most bang for your buck that way. And to be quite honest, the Akizuki is very easy. And Kitakaze, very easy to grind up. Shiratsuyu, to a certain extent. Yeah, it is for grinding. I figured as much. So, and the other thing that helps you realize that is when you look at the ship upgrades here. Right, he hasn't upgraded the torpedoes. There's no need to because you don't get any range upgrade. I think there's a slight increase in damage and a change in reload. Not worth that much. Maybe a change in visibility too. But for the most part, that doesn't matter. And same thing with the gun range. If you're regrinding the line, you want to finish it as soon as possible. So this, by choosing not to go with these, you're saving 1, maybe 2 battles worth of your regrind. Doesn't sound like much, but when you regrind a line 25 times, adds up. Also saves you some credits too. So yeah, let's talk about Mad Dog's build here. We've got main armaments mod 1, engine room protection, aiming systems mod 1, propulsion mod 1, and finally concealment. Now I regrind the boat all the time, so I typically put engine boost modification on mine because the ability to move quickly from one place to the next is quite nice. But I can understand if you don't want to spend the coal or you just want to make sure your engines are alive, just keeping engine room protection. That makes sense. For captain builds, you've got a standard captain. One thing that I have done, Mad Dog, is I've put one of my Suzuki captains in because I get the buffed survivability expert. It took me a long time to get around to doing that. But why wouldn't you want that extra 50 times 8 HP, so that's, kind of sexy, right? You get some little bit of extra hit points out of that with Suzuki versus a standard captain. But you've gone with preventative maintenance, incoming fire alert, last stand, survivability expert, concealment. This is my core build, by the way, going down this one. You have yours on Shima and Haru. Got it. I rarely play Harugumo. So, but if you're doing it for competitive, that makes perfect sense to keep it on there. Yeah. So that works. So this is my core build, and then from there you go beyond. You actually went for IFHE. That's interesting. And Adrenaline Rush and main battery and anti-air expert. Interesting. Okay. So the Akizuki and Kitakaze are 2 ships that you could get away with IFHE on because that brings your penetration above 32 millimeter. In my personal experience, I find that I'm better playing an anti-destroyer gunboat and not worrying about IFHE and just starting fires. But for you, if you're the way that Mad Dog is setting up this boat is more the classic sit and smoke and shoot at battleships that are camping, right? And cruisers too. So the Mabas gives you that extra range to be able to do that. Okay, that's fine. The way that I build mine, I think I do this. I think I do that. I don't remember what I have in slot 1. I think it's consumable specialist to reload the torpedo reload booster quicker. I think that's my standard build for ranked. But obviously, you know, if this build works for you, then there you go. Most of those skills don't mean much. I mean, 5% adds up, Baron. That's the thing, right? Yeah. So, give someone some loot. There you go, Duckman. How you doing? You go for more consistent damage against all targets for Aki and Kita, and you don't take IFHE for Harugumo. Got it. Okay. Yeah, the IFHE does help you with consistent damage. This is true. This is true. Like I said, in my opinion, when I play ranked, I typically just look to just demolish whatever destroyer I find, and then if I can win that engagement, then I'm good to do whatever, you know? For signal flags, you've got consumable, reload, speed, and then ship HP. So obviously you're trying to conserve flags for competitive, like for clan battles and stuff. Makes sense. All right, let's drop the build viewer. There we go. Watch is yelling at me to take a walk. You're sleepy? Well, go take a nap if you want, Duckman, but thanks for tuning in and being here. So, ranked battle, you are up against a carrier. It's a straight 8 game, that's interesting. Cap contesting an anti-destroyer while you played it. Yep, exactly. You did take a nap. Ah, okay, so you're just waking up from that then.
Maybe you should go for a walk.
You've got an Mad Dog, I'm sure you looked at the matchmaker and just probably like shook your head, right? Implacable is like, in my opinion, the worst tier 8 tech tree carrier. That and the German tier 8 are my least favorite of the tech tree carriers. So that feels bad seeing an Implacable here, but whatever. And then Cog, of course, is great against your battleships. Got a Lo Yang.
Winner announced in chat.
That's the story of all your ranked games suffering? Yeah, seriously. Darlith, hey, congratulations on the CC container, and sorry I missed you saying hi earlier. Probably when I was stepped away for the bathroom. Mines versus Atago are both kind of whatever. They're both gonna farm. Atago's got the better survivability with the heal, though. Brodino's got the radar. Whatever. Very important skill, anti-air off until you make contact with the planes, then turn it on by reinforcing sector. I have reinforcement for sector set to the V key, V for victory, and then that allows me to surprise the enemy planes. As you can see, he surprised the Kagas planes with that. Hey, what's up, Old Man Gaming NO? Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. Puddin', if you don't mind, shout out Old Man Gaming. And Reverick, what's up with you? Doing well? Or Rob can do it if you're busy.
Who's Rob?
I don't know. Mr. Skeleton? At least the carrier put a plane down kind of near you, so that's good. You put priority... See, the problem with priority on the tilde gravity, I mean, it works, but you're still taking your hand off WASD. For me, I want priority target on the... or priority sector on a key that my finger can reach without moving my hand off WASD. And then tilde for me is turning anti-air on and off. Because I can do that quickly enough, and that's fine. Torpedo reload booster. Thanks, Puddin'.
You're welcome. I'm just trying to help you out.
Mm-hmm. Tilde is right next to 1 for HE. That's true. Your battleships
can just report the carrier, problem solved.
There you go. Your battleships are doing a nice job of huddling together for warmth as they typically do in a ranked battle. I kind of understand that. Because carriers. Nice job to turn your anti-air back on there for the plane. Oh, Oh, WSD is easy to find, yes, but it's that 1 second of, oh my god, where's my keys? Now you gotta flood. You could smoke and shoot the Borodino here and get him on a permanent fire, right? Granted, he could radar, but you could still do that, and if he forgets he has radar, then that could work. Oh, it didn't hit the Borodino, it hit a destroyer. Okay. Well, you're detected, you might as well turn your anti-air back on. You're right, it did. It hit the other Aki. Clearly, I've never typed enough. Oh, I've typed a lot, actually. Smoke there for the expiring... Okay. Radar. This is funny. This is like Battlefield Fred's noob fight. I wouldn't bother on the Aki, I'd just shoot the Borodino. Personal opinion. I mean, I know he was kind of low, but I still don't think you're gonna get a lucky hit on him enough to kill him. Yeah, it's what we call French radar. You just look for the target and then you keep hitting it. And, you know, it can work, it's just, in my opinion, you've got better targets to shoot, right? You've got the Borodino. Getting him off the board would be huge because he just sits there bow in, and a lot of people in ranked don't understand how to deal with the bow in target. Also, I'd probably torpedo reload now just to have the torps available again. Now he is on fire in the middle, so you could try to get another fire going someplace else, but then again, you do have IFHE, so shooting superstructure and whatnot, I guess makes sense. Although you're not penning him there either. So I might have changed to the bow or stern, because I think you definitely pen with the IFHE on the bow and stern for him. Aegon Targaryen, yeah, Dracarys. Oh look, a random Atago player. That's right, burn them all. Oh yeah, you're talking about the Mad King. I always mix up the Targaryens because they have similar names, right? Atago rules. She's a fun boat. I actually ranked out season 2 of ranked because of Atago. Exactly, right, Beefall. There's a lot of Aegons. Now this is a nice job of Mad Dog here. You can see he's shadowing his target. He wants to torpedo the Champagne, but he also wants to make sure he's not in vision. So you saw him turning with his opponent. Exactly, Gravity, exactly. And there's the fire, so you might as well just get some free farming. Oof, not looking too good for your team now. All of a sudden you're down 2 ships. You like the Arpeggio Takao enough to get the rest of her sisters. There you go, there you go. It gets worse. I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. You got no choice but to really open up here. Try to get a sticky fire on the Atago. What's up, Odin Apprentice? Happy Friday. Oh my god, you left him at 1400. And there goes the Tennessee. Wow. Okay, so it's just you, the Bacardi, and the Implacable. You need to kill this Atago and to get back to the cap as soon as possible. I'm sure you already know that. Grinding things is fun and asymmetric. I agree. Okay, so there's the kill. So now you got to get back into the game, right? You got to get back into the middle because your Picardy is running away, as they do. It's a secondary in Battleship and Ranked, so, you know, they run away. Mad Dog, at this point, I'm sure you're just thinking, I need to save my star, right? Oops, you forgot your anti-air's on. They're all low, so you're thinking, still a chance. Fair enough. Besides the Tennessee, yeah, the Tennessee is going to be a problem, but your torpedoes might solve it. Having the heel has been very handy, that's true. Yeah, that was when you were radared and you were really staying close to that heel, which makes perfect sense. Now, do you want to use your final reload booster here? I don't know. You decided yes, you're thinking the Borodino's gonna move in. Okay. I mean, it's either to use it on the Borodino or on the Tennessee, so that's fair. And you're seeming right at the other heel. This is another thing that always frustrates me. Look at the Picardi's positioning. He could have easily turned the other way and gotten the heel. Instead, he's like, nah. Nah, the buffs are lava. Aha. Okay, the Akizuki just picked up the heel up to the north. And there goes the Picardy. Well, you might come away with a solo warrior if your carrier gets himself wrecked. Oof. Now you know the Borodino's probably going to radar you, right? Nice kill, let's go. Bovine, hey! Thank you for the raid, dude. There's a shout out for Unique Bovine. Make sure you go toss that man a follow. How was your stream? Well, welcome on in, everybody. I'm Lord Zath, a North American community contributor for World of Warships. I always forget to press this button, but I kind of feel like I don't want to because we're watching a replay analysis. But we are looking at replays. We are just finishing our 5th and final replay of the day. Was good, surprisingly good games for the weekend. Nice. And we're having a good time here. Watching Mad Dog. Now, some of you guys, those of you that are competitive players, might recognize Mad Dog from Resin there, 2427. See him a lot in competitive environments. So that was a zoom out to check the smoke, make sure he doesn't accidentally derp out of the smoke. Now, if the carrier can get a drop on him too, this Tennessee might just evaporate here. Now, those of you that are new to the channel, we always celebrate raids by yeeting out a code. So I'm going to get a giveaway going. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is be a follower of the channel and active in chat. So just type something in and make sure you're following if you haven't already done so. It's for a CC container. So that's the Akizuki torpedoes. Oh! Tennessee had guns ready with HE loaded. That could have hurt. You got lucky he missed there. Hey, Green Monster. High caliber. That's your Save a Star medal right there. And all of a sudden, it's tied up on boats. AP now better? I would just leave HE, because don't think, just shoot. But yeah, you could have AP'd into the superstructure, I suppose. This sounds like Civilization 6 music. Nice kill. For the Kraken, of course. Now, if you had Yamamoto on your Akizuki, ooh, right? My Yamamoto is on the Kitakaze, because I usually grind that in ranked so much. That's right, Schilderhosen. It is a Kraken! And with that, because they never actually capped A, which is wild, the Akizuki on their team threw so hard. Threw so hard. Yeah, the heal saved him, plus he had the HP flag. Right? Those saved him quite well. But if that Akizuki actually stayed in the cap and grabbed it, oh, wow, he would have been set. This ain't Civ music. It sounds very similar to one of the tracks from Civ 6. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Olfarius Migun, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in. Yes, when you follow, you give bacon to Stevie. Stevie was my old boy, 19 and a half years old. Now, when he's that far away, you could turn your anti-air off again, just to make it harder for the Kaga player to know exactly where you're going to be. And what I would do is probably that and turn in, so that when he comes back around and you've gone dark for a few seconds, he's completely thrown off his aim. I find that works quite well in against a lot of average to, not so average skill level players. Against Super Unicoms, good luck. Hey, kitten. This is what it's down to. Are you gonna take the hit? Oh, 109. Okay, that's like the second or third time you've been saved by this stupid heal. And the HP flag. There's the walk-on. Now you do get some bonus hit points right here if you grab this this one, so that's good. Did somebody say orgy? Gotta love Orange Race. Damn right, damn right. So Baron, the turning in thing is, you know that the Kaga player is going to come after you, right? So the idea is you turn your anti-air off when he can't spot you, right? He can't air spot you. So between the 5.8 and essentially beyond the 3.5 whatever air spotting range is, you turn the anti-air off because then you disappear. Now you're only going to disappear for a second or two because you are, he's approaching you, and if you turn in once you've disappeared, the point is you're gone for that second or two, and that you're just like, stay dead. That makes sure that he loses contact, and if he loses contact, he doesn't know exactly where you are. Makes it a little bit harder for him to kind of turn back in to the target. One of the things that I like to do, anytime I go dark, it's a great opportunity to make a course correction and change and almost always surprise somebody because of that.
I would agree with you on any other carrier but Kaga, because
Why?
it's the circle drop. It's not the eclipse drop.
Kaga's got an eclipse drop.
I thought it was circle.
Nope, it's an eclipse. But otherwise, yes. Yes, a circle drop, it's not as effective. But it still can screw up the attack anyway.
I mean, you're talking about Mad Dog.
And we are talking about Mad Dog, this is true. What a fantastic finish, guys. You guys all that came in on that raid came in at the right time. Because look at this. Just take a moment and appreciate the kind of carrying Mad Dog had to do in order to win this. Now, let's give credit to the team. His Implacable came in second place, which is actually really hard to do in a carrier. So he did quite well for you, especially on that Tennessee there. But wow, the number of times. Let's take a look at how much damage you took. 33,689,000 damage.
I just
Not
hope he
bad.
reported to Tennessee for stealing a kill from him.
I mean, he was one away from killing everybody, wasn't he?
Yeah. Even the dog's upset about this.
Jesus.
We love Mad Dog. We root for them when they play COTS, even though they're not EU.
Only if he's on Team Bravo, right?
No.
He almost took two Akizuki's worth of damage, right? Anyway, go ahead, Puddin.
I will always pull for resin and epoxy.
Fair enough.
Like, I mean, that's just 100% bias, coming from, playing with those guys. But when I cast, yes, I stick with Bravo.
There you go. Mad Dog, thank you very much for sending in the replay. This was a fun one to watch. If any of you guys have any ideas for a good title that would work for this, please, by all means, share it. I have an idea. I'm thinking maybe like Under Mad Dog. Although that sounds kind of bad too.
2 Akis for the price of 1? That's a little long.
Yeah, that's a bit long one there. AkiZombie. Ooh, I like that.